Hristo Stoichkov's first season in Catalonia wasn't without controversy. In the Spanish Super Cup against Real Madrid, an altercation with referee Urizar Azpitarte saw him sent off, the first of 10 red cards he would receive wearing the red and blue of Barcelona.
We saw him in the dressing room at the end of that game. So before going into the mix zone to speak to the press, we asked him what happened. He said nothing. A bottle was thrown on the pitch and it hit the ref. The next day, unusually for him, he was the first to training. And there he was in the dressing room, with that look on his face that he always used to have, as if he'd been caught cheating in an exam.
I don't know what happened. The referee walked in front of me and I said, "Hey, where are you going? You're in my way." He was a Basque, and like all Basques, he was tough. I trod on him unintentionally. And then all of a sudden, he started limping. I thought, what's going on here? They gave me a 10-match ban. But that was no problem. It meant I had more time to learn Spanish.
I remember the game when he came back from his ban. We won 6-0 against Bilbao, and he scored 4. It's as if we'd released the lion from its cage, because he hadn't played for a few weeks.
14 goals in his first season helped Barcelona to La Liga title. The following year, they again won the league, the Super Cup, and reached the final of the European Cup, where they took on Sampdoria at Wembley.
We knew we had the better side, and we knew we couldn't lose that final. Going to London from Barcelona with that mentality, the European Cup wouldn't have got away from us, even if we had 3 referees against us. Sampdoria had chances to score, but then we did too. Then in the 111th minute, it was time for the club's first ever European Cup.
En Fútbol Barcelona es la primera Copa de Europa.
Es Stoichkov, vaquero, Kuma.
That night marked a new beginning for Barcelona. We created a new style of play, which was very modern and similar to the style in which Barca play today. That's why they called us the Dream Team.
With the European Cup under their belts, Barcelona continued to dominate Spanish football. Brazilian Romario was signed from PSV Eindhoven, and he formed a formidable partnership with Stoichkov. The pair led Barca to 2 further league titles, playing a brand of football that won admirers across the world.
Johan wanted us to play a dynamic style of football. The philosophy was always the same. He wanted us to press very high, knowing we had fast players in the team, with a whole mixture of attributes. When a group like that comes together, it's inevitable that the results will follow. We dominated Spanish football over those 4 or 5 years. We broke the mold of Real Madrid winning everything. Were they different from us? Were they any better than us? No way.
No.
Stoichkov, for as good a player as he was, for as much of a trophy winner as he was, seemed to slide into the Catalan hatred of Madrid more naturally than any born Catalan. That is part of what's endeared Hristo Stoichkov to the hardline Blaugrana fans.
It's funny, there were times when fans would come and ask for the players' autographs, and of course we would sign them. But when they asked Stoichkov, he would often tell them to get lost. Yet somehow, the fans would still go away happy, saying, "What a guy! What an attitude!"
He won the league 4 times in a row. He had a winning spirit, both on and off the pitch.
We were the best, and that's why they called us the Dream Team.
Having conquered Europe, the 1994 World Cup in the United States of America would give Hristo Stoichkov the chance to prove himself on the world's biggest stage.
We knew that we had to achieve something at the World Cup. We had players in the Bulgaria squad that were playing abroad for big clubs. They'd done well, and they'd won trophies. But as a national team, we were a disaster. Our dream was to go to the World Cup and win just one game. In the first match against Nigeria, we had so many chances to score. We had a goal disallowed. The ball just wouldn't go in. They got their noses in front, and we lost 3-0. Then we had to wait 4 days for the next game. Imagine that. Unhappy faces everywhere in our squad, no one talking to each other. The manager didn't even want to look at us.
I remember he was angry and swore a lot. He's famous for that type of thing. Truth is, we all were angry because we hadn't played well and lost.
We left Dallas the next day for Chicago to play against Greece, convinced we were going to give the Greeks a good hiding. And that's what we did. We went to Chicago and smashed them 4-0. They equalized, but luckily we managed to beat them on penalties.
It was wonderful. We were playing on the biggest stage, and everyone could see that with every match, every win, we were just getting better and better. Stoichkov saw it too. There was a lot of pressure on us, but we knew how to relax after the game, and that was crucial to our success.
We beat Greece, we beat Argentina, and we beat Mexico. We'd already made history. But then if we beat Germany, then that would really be something. I remember Stoichkov saying to me before the game, "We'll beat these Germans." Those were Stoichkov's exact words. I'll never forget that day. It was my daughter's birthday, and the night before she said to me, "Dad, I know you always score, but tomorrow please make sure you get a goal, because it would make me so happy." I was so focused. My objective was to get the ball between the second and third man in the wall, and that's how it happened. Easy.
It was an exceptional free kick. The goalkeeper didn't move. Stoichkov just nailed it. There was unbelievable precision on that free kick. And that's what put us on the road to victory.
We managed to surprise not only Europe, but the whole world. Nobody in America was expecting us to get so far and then beat Germany.
Bulgaria's World Cup journey would end in semi-final defeat against Italy, but they returned home as heroes, having made history for their nation.
It was something that I will never forget. The streets between the airport and the National Stadium were packed with people. More people than you can imagine. And in the stadium, there were 40 or 50,000 of our fans.
Stoichkov finished as joint top scorer at USA 94. That year he was crowned Bulgarian Footballer of the Year for the 5th time, as well as being named European Player of the Year by winning the Ballon d'Or.
Of course, winning league championships, winning European Cups and the Golden Boot are all great in my opinion, but winning the Ballon d'Or is just something incredible. Only one player wins it every year. And I was lucky enough to be that winner.
A year later, Stoichkov signed for Parma in Italy. A favourite with the fans, his stay in the Italian countryside was short-lived, and the following season he returned to his adopted home of Barcelona, where he won another league title and the Copa del Rey. He continued to captain Bulgaria. Hristo Stoichkov, the greatest Bulgarian player of all time, whose passion, energy and skill lit up stadiums around the world.
There is only one player in history that I can call the greatest, and that is Diego Maradona. But in second place, I would put Hristo Stoichkov. I'm very proud that I played alongside such a wonderful footballer.
He was a beacon of shining light for both his anarchy, his refusal to submit to any kind of discipline, and his invention.
Hristo shook things up, and although he sometimes went too far, on the whole I'm grateful for people like him who are capable of breaking the monotony of everyday life.
How many times are you going to see a guy from Bulgaria win the Golden Boot or the Ballon d'Or? I'm proud of all the trophies I won. They're the result of my years of sacrifice. But above all, I owe it to the people who were with me at the time. My wife, my children, my parents, my coaches, my fans, my teammates, everyone. I owe it all to the people who worked and helped me throughout my career. And that will never change.